Hey everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube video. Today, we are diving into an ancient and fascinating tale from Hindu mythology about two incredible sages, Nara and Narayana. These two weren't just ordinary sages, they were the sons of Dharma, the god of righteousness, and Ahimsa, the goddess of nonviolence. Dharma himself was born from the breast of Brahma, the creator, so you know these guys came from a powerful lineage. Nara was fair skinned and Narayana was dark, and their names are often linked to the legendary duo of Arjuna and Sri Krishna. Almost every story about Nara and Narayana tells us they lived and performed intense austerities at the hermitage in a place called Badri in the Himalayas. Now, the idea of tapas or austerities might seem a little unclear, but the Mahabharata, one of Hinduism's great epics, explains it beautifully. The highest form of austerity is making your senses and mind completely focused. And when you do that, the powers associated with these practices become incredibly intensified. The austerities of Nara and Narayana in Badri unleashed such tremendous power that for thousands of years, this sanctified spot has been a major pilgrimage site. Millions of devotees, alongside gods and demigods, have braved incredible hardships to worship there. Generally, both Nara and Narayana are considered aspects of Mahavishnu or Narayana, the supreme consciousness. They are always depicted together, and there's a beautiful interpretation behind this. Nara means man, or all forms of creation, and Narayana means God or supreme consciousness. So, in essence, God is forever associated with man, being both our inner soul and our ultimate goal. This connection is so profound that when the future Swami Vivekananda first met the revered spiritual leader Sri Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna actually knelt before him and, overcome with emotion, said, "Lord, I know you are that ancient sage Nara, incarnation of Narayana, born on earth to remove the miseries of mankind." Imagine that. Now, the intense austerities of these two sages at Badri didn't go unnoticed. In fact, they alarmed Indra, the king of the gods, and made him quite jealous. Determined to disrupt their focus, Indra sent a celestial troop of nymphs, musicians, and even Kama, the god of love himself, to distract them. Spring and fragrance joined them, and in the blink of an eye, the serene atmosphere of Badri transformed. The nymphs began to sing and dance beautifully, trying their best to break Nara and Narayana's concentration. But after a while, the celestial hosts realized how foolish they appeared before the dignified and calm sages. They ceased their efforts and humbly begged for forgiveness. Then, just to playfully tease them, Narayana placed a flower on his thigh, and from it, a nymph of unparalleled beauty sprang forth. Her beauty surpassed all the assembled celestial beings, putting them to shame. This was Urvashi, named because she came from Uru, meaning thigh. She then accompanied the other nymphs back to heaven. Another remarkable incident involving the sages happened when Shiva, in his fury, had destroyed Daksha's sacrifice with his powerful trident. That very trident flew to the hermitage in Badri and struck Narayana in the chest. His meditation broken, the sage simply uttered the sound hum, and the trident immediately reversed course and sped back to its owner, Lord Shiva. Not stopping there, Nara then took a simple blade of grass and threw it at Shiva. This blade of grass transformed into a mighty axe. Shiva caught both his trident and the axe. At this point, the sages realized exactly who they were dealing with, repented for their actions, and worshipped him. Interestingly, Indra had also entrusted the nectar churned from the ocean by the gods and demons to Nara and Narayana for safekeeping. Hindus believe that both Nara and Narayana still dwell in Badri in their subtle forms, and many fortunate pilgrims have actually seen them. These sages are deeply associated with human consciousness and are believed to help guide it to higher realms. They are not just figures of myth, but embodiments of man's consciousness and the divine within. Nara, the mortal; Narayana, the eternal. Together, they remind us that the soul and the self are never apart. They walk with us, silently guiding from within. What part of the story of Nara and Narayana fascinated you the most? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tale of divine wisdom, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. And remember, the journey to the divine always begins from within.